So we'll go ahead and have Ben do the roll call.
All those present, Juan Bodilla, Kathleen Vance, Anna Marie Stevens,
Here.
Sylvia Hendricks,
And hi,
Jessica Miguel.
Present.
That completes roll.
okay, our next is C, Pledge of Allegiance. Will everyone can stand and do the pledge?
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hold my chair. Okay. Okay, then we'll go ahead and move down to our routine business, which is D. Approval of the June 17th board meeting agenda. Is there any deletions? We can't make any changes, but we definitely can do deletions. If there's none, then I'm going to go ahead and make the motion to approve our agenda today. Can I have a second it by Anna Marie?
All those in favor of this motion, Sylvia Hendricks,
Masapo?
Anna Marie Stevens,
Wasapo.
Jessica Miguel.
4.
Motion carries.
Our next items, and I'm going to ask if we can put all these together. These are previous meetings that we've had, and our first meeting was on May 13th, which is our regular board meeting. On May 13th, we also had a public hearing, and then on May 27th, we had a special board meeting, and then on May 30th, we also had another special board meeting. So I can get a motion to approve those.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Anna Marie,
Second.
seconded by Jessica.
All those in favor of this motion, Sylvia Hendricks,
Masapo?
Anna Marie Stevens,
Wasapo.
Jessica Miguel.
4.
Motion carries.
And number 6 under D is call to the audience. Do we have a call to the audience? We have 2?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, first up to call the audience is Mr. Gabriel Cutler regarding concerning my experience at BUSD. Persons attending meetings of the governing board or addressing the board shall observe rules of propriety, decorum, and good conduct. Personal attacks upon board members, district staff, or students are not permitted. Discussion of confidential matters is also prohibited. The president may terminate a speaker's privilege to address the governing board if, after being called to order, the speaker persists in improper conduct or remarks. Each speaker shall be allotted 3 minutes. Once you start, I'll start my timer. Is the mic on?
Hello?
Where's the button?
Now it is.
No, it is.
Good evening, members of the governing board, superintendent, and valued members of the Baboquivari community. My name is Gabriel Cutler, and I have served as an educator on the secondary campus these past 2 school years. I stand before you tonight to share my experiences and concerns from the 2024 and 2025 academic year. I do so not out of personal grievance alone, but because I believe the issues I have encountered reflect deeper systemic problems that impact the morale of staff and, critically, the educational environment of our students. Despite facing significant challenges throughout the year, my commitment remains steadfast to provide the best possible instruction for my students. I want to begin by highlighting their achievements, as their success is the most meaningful measure of my effectiveness as an educator. In my 8th grade social studies class, my students engaged with core standards related to the United States founding documents, political institutions, and significant historical movements of the 20th and 21st century. The data from those assessments speaks volumes. On our civics quiz number 1, testing understanding of founding documents, 88% of the 64 tested students scored a 65% or better. Across various assessments covering political institutions and U.S. history, 72 and 88% of students achieved 65% or better. These results, achieved by a large majority of my 67 students, are clear indicators that significant learning and academic growth occurred in my classroom. This data stands as a testament to my effectiveness as an educator, even within a complex teaching environment. However, my formal evaluation process this year did not align with this evidence of student success. While the district utilizes Danielson framework, my initial evaluation resulted in a majority of developing scores on my November evaluation. And though a spring evaluation was conducted and showed a much better score, no actual evaluation of my teaching took place. In fact, no one from administration or from the district conducted any additional evaluation or even visited my classroom from January to May. Compounding this, an initial walkthrough evaluation contained a deeply concerning and inaccurate statement alleging that my students felt unsafe in my classroom. This required considerable effort to correct. While acknowledged as an error, the process was delayed. It was even communicated to me that many of my developing scores were attributed to students' interactions with each other rather than my performance as their teacher. Crucially, despite receiving these scores, I received absolutely no coaching or targeted support for professional growth. The fundamental purpose of an evaluation is to identify areas for improvement and provide the necessary resources for growth. This critical step was entirely absent.
Thank you, Mr. Cutler.
Thank you, Mr. Cutler. Excuse me. Thank you, Mr. Cutler.
Next to address the board is Rebecca Valentine. On her item of concern is issues at the IOM SHS school. Once you begin, I'll start your time. Just
Thank you for being here.
Okay. As he has stated, my name is Rebecca Valentine. The parent of Marissa Valentine, who attends Indian Oasis High School. This past year, we had an issue. She was supposed to graduate in 2025. However, she was never reviewed her credits on how much she needed. But, you know, we accepted our part in all of this, that we didn't try hard enough, because I did try to contact the superintendent, the principal, the staff there. There was never any returns of calls. Every time I talked to the principal there at the time, he would tell me that she was on track, she was fine. There was no reason for us to worry. And then he left, and then another principal came, and then my understanding there's another one. The second principal that came on board did not know how to do the credits, about the credits, so that's when Miss Ann stepped in, and at that point, the only reason why we found out is because we were the ones that reached out to the school, and having to be told by not even the principal, but by the office specialist or receptionist, I'm not sure what her title is, she was the one that told us that she didn't have enough credits to graduate. Yes, there was 2 classes she didn't do good in the fall of 2024, but even if she had done good in those classes, she still would have been short credits. And so it kind of seems like that school doesn't get very much attention. And you know, I've stated that, I've shared our issue with community members, and their response is always, it's been going on for years. Nobody's done anything about it. But in my mind, I was thinking, okay, so why hasn't anybody done anything about it? Has anybody ever approached the board? Has anybody ever told the board? Is the board aware of it? And speaking to Ms. Hendricks, I found out that there was things that they weren't aware of. And so I figured I'd bring it up to your attention, because that school needs as much attention as Baboquivari High School does, and they should be afforded that. Yes, they struggle, but do you guys look at their social issues? Do you look at a holistic approach for that student? My daughter isn't a troublemaking student. Everybody assumes that when you attend that school that you're a troublemaker. No, she just prefers something smaller. She went to school at San Rosa Ranch School, so she prefers something smaller, and that works better for her. And so needless to say, you know, she was 2.5 credits short. So she's going until December. So my question is, are you guys going to have a graduation for them? Because my understanding is there were supposed to be 13 students graduating, and there was only 3. So are we going to have a December graduation for that school? And not just one in the back room?
Thank you, Ms. Valentine.
Thank you, Rebecca.
That completes the call of the audience. Ms. Hendricks?
You want to take over? I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Kathy. She is our next person in line.
Thank you, Sylvia. Let's go to information items E. Number 1, retirement recognition, Michael Huang.
Ms. Kathy Vance, members of the board, members of the community, it is with a great honor that we're going to be presenting an acknowledgement and recognition to one of our beloved staff members. And at this point, I'm going to ask my board members to go to the front so we can acknowledge Mr. Juan. At this point, may I please have Mr. Juan to please join me here at the podium for just a second. Let's give him a round of applause. And I want you to stand right here, Mr. Juan, for just a second. I have some words that I'm going to read, and at the same time, I'm going to hand it over to our board members to also share some words. And this is in representation of the 44 years of service at Baboquivari Unified School District. Can we give him a hand for the 44 years of service? Dear Mr. Juan, you have served Baboquivari Unified School District over 44 years. Your work, your commitment, dedication, and love for our students and their learning has been evident over the years. Throughout your years of service, you have seen changes of superintendents, principals, teachers, and endless students. You have served hundreds and seen hundreds of, if not thousands of students in your journey in life. And also, life has given you the opportunity to see your students' children go through the system. One of them serving as our board president right now. On behalf of the Baboquivari Unified School District staff, students, and community, we thank you for your impact and the impact that you had in our students in the JD program. It is my understanding that you have delayed your retirement, waiting for that next person to fill your shoes, and that will take care of the land, our animals, and the program the way you do. Based on the work that you have done, the way you care for your work ethics and your commitment and willingness to bless our events every time we ask you, as well as our students, it's going to be very hard to fill your shoes. As you embark on your new journey, we thank you and congratulate you on your retirement. We wish you and your loved ones health, quality time, and strength so that you can continue to make an impact on the people that you love and their lives. We thank you, and God bless you for all your work. Thank you. And I'm going to ask permission to also, I'm going to ask the current senior principal, Ms. Constance, to say some words, and then I'm going to ask my board members to also say some words.
Mr. Juan, let's say the campus is going to be very different without you. I don't know who I will be able to go to when I need those questions answered. My cultural advisor. Thank you. Thank you for teaching. You've really taken it under and you've given me support and made me feel like I'm okay to be here. I appreciate that. And I also thank you for staying for the safety of the kids. You knew what was needed when it was needed, and you were always there. And I will miss that. I know everyone at secondary campus will miss that as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Thank you. Our board clerk, Ms. Ant.
Boot. I call him Boot. I used to call him Hollis. And he was also known as now Pokey. So, so Boot, I'm going to cry. You never left. You're still here because of the love of the children. Everything I've done all these years, we're really going to miss you. You've gone to see several generations of children make it, graduate, and you've helped a lot of them. I remember you used to be a bus driver at one time. I remember you used to be a softball coach. I remember you used to work with the FFA a lot. And who's going to feed the cows? Oh my gosh, the poor cows. But you've done a lot for us. And I want to thank you for all the hats you've worn throughout the years being here. There's one hat that you haven't really worn yet, and that's the retirement hat. And I really want you to enjoy the retirement that you deserve. You worked many years and you put in a lot of effort. And you need to enjoy it. And don't worry about us here. We'll get through it, and we're going to find people just like you who's going to want to stay forever. And that's good, because that means that all of us. So I want to thank you for all the years that you've shared with us. And again, I'm going to tell you, enjoy that retirement. Get up a little extra late to have that coffee. And don't go to bed too late, though. But just enjoy it, okay? All right.
Thank you.
Mr. Juan, I've seen and heard wonderful things about you over the years. I went to high school here when I was younger. I did not graduate from here, but I do remember your face and being in the community, all the connections you made with students, not only with the students, but with parents, and making people feel welcomed. I'm truly honored that we had the opportunity to work with you, and also that you were a part of BUSD family for years, because you left generational an imprint on the generations that have passed and the ones that are coming up, because you think about all the hearts that you touched throughout the years, and they carry that with you, and they carry that to their children. You are somebody that is well respected in our community, and I'm truly going to be missed. And thank you for your time and your
Mr. Juan, I just want to say thank you for all your years of service and dedication to the students of the district. Like Anna Marie said, the impact that you've had on the students and the generations goes far beyond the classroom and the things that the relationships that you formed with them. And this retirement is really well-deserved, and I hope that you do take the time to enjoy and take the time to enjoy the things that you do enjoy. You've earned it.
Can you hear me? You're not supposed to retire before me. I also saw Michael when he graduated. I was working for BUSD or Baboquivari High School when he graduated, and now he's retiring before me. But I wish you well. He's also my neighbor, so I see him out there with all his dogs and whatnot. But thank you for all the service that you have given Baboquivari Unified School District. I miss going to FFA. It's been a while since we've, done that. I think Wes was real, adamant in having that, and you guys draw in a lot of money, and I know the students are going to miss taking them to the FFA camps, I guess, that you do over the summer. I hope that continues because we really had a strong FFA program and we've had one for a long time. And I think you've put in a lot of time into that. You've taken students here and there, and I think they learned a lot from you. And I remember you were out there selling those, what do they call it? Squash. The squash plus the, so it was, but again, thank you very much. But again, like everyone says, enjoy your retirement. You deserve it. But I think people say when they retire, they seem to get more busy. So that's probably what's going to happen with you. But again, thank you for the service, and we're going to miss you.
Then I'm going to ask you to stand over here once again, and Mr. Juan, and I want to ask the people that are here to join you to also come up to the front. I'm going to need your loved ones and the ones that are here with you to stand right behind Mr. Juan for the next part. Also, please join me. If you're here with Mr. Juan, you cannot be camera shy. Please. No, go ahead. And I'm going to ask now the governing board. This is a little something that we got for you. We have a few gifts to share. They're symbolic. There's not a lot, but the symbolism behind is what we want you to take with you as well. Well, the blanket too. It is one of the blankets, but I'm going to ask the governing board to open it. A blanket, we use a blanket when we want to get warm. We use a blanket, we want comfort. We want a blanket on those cold nights. We want a blanket, we want to cuddle with the people that we love. And right now, I'm going to ask my board members to wrap it around you on the hottest day in the boardroom. Because that's exactly what you have done for our students, for our program, for our district. You brought comfort. You brought warmth in their hearts, in their souls. You supported them when we needed it the most. As you carry the blanket now, I'm also giving it back to your family and your loved ones. You're closing a chapter here and you're starting a new one. And now the same love, the same support, and the same warmth that was given to all of us, now he's going to continue. So we thank you for all the years that you have shared this incredible human being that has shared his soul, his mind, his heart with everybody that he touched. It is with all that love that he gave us, we give it back to you so he can now take care of the next chapter and continue to give that love to you guys. Thank you for all the years of support. It is without you guys that he would have never been able to be here. You had the opportunity to take him away for many, many years. So it is with this symbolism that we now give him back to your family. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Let's give him another hand. We do have the staff also join efforts so we can have a plaque. But I want also to hand over the mic to another person that is also very important to our district. It is our district affairs manager, Ms. Tanya Sudan. She also served us as a principal for Baboquivari Unified School, for Baboquivari Middle and High School. And I want her to say not only some words, but also give you the plaque that the staff joined together to honor you.
I was really hoping he wasn't going to call on me.
Surprise.
Well, I remember when I first started out at the secondary campus, I was working for the alternative middle and high school. And I got to watch Mr. Juan for the last, 10 plus years, leading with love and always doing what he could for our students, no matter if that meant early hours, late evenings, summers, coming twice a day to feed the cattle. He did it because he wanted the kids to have the best that they could when they returned. And that was always how he led. And so if I don't say that I shared in selecting the basket for you, which is an eagle, with Mr. Enos, because that's what you represent to the district, your love, your courage, your integrity, in reaching the highest levels that you could for our students. And I think you've hit that with 44 years of service to BUSD. And so I hope you take the time to use this retirement to soar and enjoy life and see the lives that you've touched for many years, because I have parents who remember when you were there and grandparents who said, oh, Mr. Juan's there with my grandchild or my great-great-grandchild, and they just always have fond memories of you. And thank you for always being available for questions, for advice, seeing students whenever they needed to be seen. I don't know what we're going to do without you, but we'll figure out a way. Just don't be surprised if we give you a ring every now and then. But thank you so much for 44 years, and I hope you enjoy retirement.
How can I call her? How can I not call her to say those beautiful, amazing words? I could not have said it any other way. On behalf of our district, our children, our whole and our community, once again, we thank you, we honor you, and we bless you. Thank you, family. Thank you, loved ones, for being here. And let's give him another round of applause so he can officially enjoy his retirement. Thank you, Mr.
No.
You like that? Go ahead.
I just want to thank everyone that's here this evening, my family especially. You know, they were with me through my struggles in life, and were always there. And there were times when I wanted to ask for help, but yet they knew I needed help, and we're there. And that's what gave me strength. And in the autumn hymn duck, long ago, the eagle represented strength and power. And some medicine people came to me one time years ago, and they told me that this is what my strength was going to come from. So they had a ceremony for me, which in the autumn hymn years ago, long time ago, was the eagle ceremony. And that's where it's ending, like in this way. So it's just a circle of life, you can call, that you hear about, but sometimes you don't understand. But that's what it is. And for my working with the schools, especially the students, like was said, there was a time when I could have left, but I wanted to make sure the students were going to be okay. And when that didn't happen, I decided to stay. And now I'm leaving. I'm still going to be around. That's what, everybody was saying, where are you going? Are you going here, going there? I said, no, I'm going to be here. I've been up 5 in the morning last couple of weeks, taking care of a lot of things. And it's not over. I'll be around. That's why I tell them I'll be around. If you ever need help with anything, just let me know, and I'll see if I can make it. But I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going to travel the world or anything. I got lost just trying to go to Phoenix one time. So I'm here, and so it's kind of like like I said, a circle of life that you hear about, but you don't really understand. But when that ending comes, it all falls into place. And that's how I look at this. That's why I didn't want to give it to her. I wanted to hold on to it because that's what it is. So I want to thank the school board and everyone that's here tonight, because especially the young kids. You know, I always like looking at the kids because years from now, you see them again, and it's what you gain your strength from. And that's what I did with all these kids. And many journeys and stuff that I made, I always offered blessings for the young people. You know, years ago I climbed Baboquivari Peak 4 times. And on top, I always left something for the children to make sure that they were going to be okay. And it continues now. So I just want to end with that and thank you again for tonight, this evening, but for not just for now, every day. And thank you, and I'll be around. Thank you.
Let's give it up for Mr. Juan. And also another warm applause for all of the family present and those that were not here. Let's give them another round of applause as well. I thank you here for your support. And we are gonna need a picture, so we're gonna pretend like it's a wedding and we're gonna cuddle, like not cuddle, but like get close. That way we can take a picture. Any of our staff members that would like to also join the pictures, this is the time that I will request your presence as well. That way we can memorialize this moment for him and his family. Anybody, please join now. And Ben, I don't know if you can help us, so Ms. Sudan can also be on the picture. Ms. Sudan. We will in just a second. We're gonna, and hello.
1, 2, 3. Happy retirement, Mr. Juan.
Happy retirement.
So, Mr. Juan, we asked all the students, what do you want for your pictures? You want a heart? You want a number 1? You want peace, rock and roll, or dab? Pick one.
He's gonna dab.
A heart it is. All right, everybody, show me a heart.
1, 2, 3, heart it up. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Juan. Thank you, family. Thank you for your support. And Mr. Juan, there's a little card in here as well. We also have a cake for you and your family, though we will be able to share it in just a minute, okay? Board members, stay where you are, board members. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. And as we doing the last shakes, do you want to go ahead and ask what is the next one? Now, how do we proceed after this, right? And it's only going to get better. Item E, what we do.
Okay. We will do item E, number 2, Baboquivari Unified School District Students of the Month.
Thank you, Ms. Vance. And at this point, I'm going to ask our first principal. Let's put your hands together to welcome Ms. Enriquez, our proud principal for the Indian Oasis Primary Campus, so we can share the Student of the Month. Thank you all for being here. If it's your first time, students, if you're going to get an award, ready? Here's instructions. You're going to come up. You're going to shake everybody's hand. You're going to get your certificate. And then you're going to stand right in the middle. And then when you're in the middle, listen to all the beautiful words your teachers have to say about you. And we're going to ask your family to come up so we can take your picture with your family and with your recognition. So let's hear for our first student. Let's see how many were able to make it during the summer. Ms. Enriquez, take it away.
All right, good evening, governing board members, Mr. Diaz, and community members. Our first student of the month is from pre-K. She is from Miss Deidre and Miss Cherie's class. She is from the House of Amistad, Maya Lopez. And don't be fooled, she's not that shy. Maya is always a great helping hand to her teachers as well as her classmates. She is kind, caring, and a great friend. It has been a pleasure having her in our class. When Maya grows up, she would like to be a police officer.
Let's go hard. Let's go hard. Ready, set, and 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
And congratulations. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Good to see you.
All right, I'm not sure if he's here. Hector Ortiz Lopez.
Let's give it up for Miss Hector, who's not here, but we're still going to celebrate Mr. Hector.
For first grade, Luciana Hendricks.
Luciana, where are you? Luciana,
right.
when once, twice, we love you. Congratulations.
All right, our next one, I know she's here from second grade, Miss Adson's class. She is also from the House of Amistad, Araceli Bustamante. It has been a pleasure having Araceli in my class. She has shown so much growth throughout the school year, whether it was academically or personally. She always comes in ready to learn, puts her best effort forward, and is always willing to lend a helping hand. When Araceli grows up, she wants to be a teacher.
Please join us. I need anyone that is here representing her. Let's show her love and support by coming for the picture. Don't be shy. We're just going to blast it in all social media. It's okay. Thank you, thank you. She wants a heart. Hey, buddy. Look at that. There.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Our next student is from Mrs. Grumerit's third grade class. He is from the House of Isabindi, Elijah Pablo. Elijah is a well-behaved student. He gets his work done and he is very respectful. He is trustworthy, and if I ever need help, I just ask, and he does it willingly. All the boys follow his lead. He has a great attitude. He is very mature for his age. It has been a pleasure having him in my third grade class. When he was asked what he'd like to do when he grows up, he wants to be in the Air Force, and he would like to be a pilot.
Not only our students, but also family. Thank you for being there. You want thumbs up? Thumbs up.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
And our last student was nominated by Mrs. Francisco, our Himadag teacher, Mariela Valenzuela. She is from the House of Isabindi. Mariella is finally coming out of her shell. I believe that with the strong support of her family, she is an excellent student. She knows and uses her O'odham language. She is also becoming more social when on the playground. She can be quiet, but she loves to play with and watch the other children. When she was asked what she'd like to be when she grows up, she would like to be a ballerina because she likes to dance.
You want some heart, everybody? All right, let's do a big heart. Congratulations.
Okay, and now we'll have Miss Morales from the intermediate campus.
Okay. So good evening, President Buendia, Board, and Superintendent Diaz. I'm very excited this evening to represent our Students of the Month. Ms. Begay could not be here. As an educator, as a leader, she earned a scholarship for a conference that she attended because you never stop learning as an educator. So now for our Student of the Month, the first one, 4th grade student. I don't know if she's here, Nia Narcho. Yay! Excellent. So Ms. Chabala had the following to say about Nia. Nia has demonstrated remarkable personal and academic growth over the past month. She had consistently maintained a positive attitude, contributed to a positive classroom environment, showed a genuine willingness to improve, and helped others succeed. Nia's dedication and optimism set an excellent example for her classmates. And one thing for sure, Mr. Ball will surely miss the hugs the most. How can I make the world a better place? Nia's response: I can make the world a better place by helping people, helping poor people, and feeding them so they won't be hungry, and giving them some money so they can buy food for themselves. Excellent. The next one, 5th grade from Boladas. I did see Gavin Mistoro, right? No? No. 6th grade from Mrs. Hilo's class, which another one that would have loved to been here for you, Virginia, but she's just flying in from Germany. Yeah, she was selected, that's another story. But Virginia, here is a spotlight. Francisco. All right, hold on. Virginia is a shining example of what it means to be an outstanding student. She is not only hardworking and committed to her academic success, but also incredibly respectful, kind, dependable. She is always willing to help her peers and contributes during group activities and class discussions. Her presence makes our classroom a more welcoming, positive place. And I have been a witness to that over and over. When asked how she can make the world a better place, Virginia shared, what I would do to make the world a better place is to help stop people from being bad. Her response reflects a strong sense of right and wrong, as well as a desire to promote kindness and positive behavior in others and make better choices. She hopes to inspire those around her to act with integrity and compassion. Excellent. Talise Wilson, did I see her? No, Talise?
Let's give a big round of applause for Talise.
Okay, and next up will be Ms. Once from secondary. Thank you. Thank you.
Good evening, board members, Superintendent Diaz, and family and friends who are here today. So our first one, 7th grade, Keenum Francisco is the 7th grade student of the month for May 2025. He was nominated to be student of the month 5 times during the school year. Keenum is the son of Michaela and Mariano Francisco. Keenum is an athlete playing 3 sports, football, basketball, and baseball for the Baboquivari Cougars. His favorite class this year is computer science because when they get their work done, Ms. Custorio helps them to learn how to cook too. His favorite teacher is Ms. Custorio. She's very kind and has helped him out a lot. After graduating from Baboquivari High School, Keenum plans on going to college. His current career goal is to become an NBA player. Keenum would like to honor and thank his parents for all their love and support. We're very proud of you, Keenum. Keep up the hard work. Okay, the 8th grade student of the month, Dylan Lopez is the 8th grade student of the month for May. He was nominated to be student of the month 7 times this school year. Dylan is the son of Denise Lopez and his guardian is Jenny Becenti. Dylan's favorite class is social studies and history with his favorite teacher, Mr. Cutler. Dylan liked the class because Mr. Cutler made it entertaining. After graduating from Baboquivari High School, Dylan plans on going to college. Dylan's current career goal is to become a lawyer. Dylan would like to honor his dad, Dennis Lopez, and thank him for all his love and support. Keep up the good work, Dylan. Keep pushing to learn and grow as a student.
Very nice. Really good heart. Very nice. Doing all our heart. Way to go.
Okay. Here we are, next one. Dylan Santos is the freshman class student of the month for May. He was nominated to be student of the month 6 times during the school year. Dylan is the grandson of Lillian Espuma. Dylan is an athlete playing football with the Baboquivari Warriors. His favorite class this year is VOAG with Mr. Davila because it was fun and he learned a lot. Dylan's favorite teacher is Mr. Nalam because his teaching was good and his classes were hands-on. After graduating from Baboquivari High School, Dylan plans on going to college and majoring in engineering. He is strongly considering attending the University of Arizona. Dylan's current career goal is to become a mechanical engineer. Dylan would like to take this opportunity to thank his grandma, Lillian Espuma, for all her love and support. Congratulations, Dylan.
There you go, Dylan. Thank you.
Football season starting tonight.
This one's a fun one again. So, Rosaria Francisco is a sophomore class student of the month for May. She was nominated to be student of the month 7 times during the 24-25 school year. Rosaria is the daughter of Mr. and Ms. Francisco. She is a serious athlete playing 4 sports: volleyball, basketball, softball, and track and field. Rosaria's favorite class this year is Avid, and her favorite teacher, Ms. Lopez. Rosaria enjoyed the class because she had most of her friends in the class. She also appreciated that Ms. Lopez's teaching was active and engaging. After graduating from Baboquivari High School, Rosaria plans on going to college at the University of Arizona. Her current career goal is to become an artist. One person that Rosaria greatly admires is her older brother, Mariano. She looks up to him for the way he pushed through all the difficulties and fears in order to get back on the court. You're doing a wonderful job, Rosaria. Stay on your path.
Congratulations, again. Way to go. Congrats.
I think the parents need a round of applause. 2 of them. Thank you, parents. Okay, Darren Nez is the junior class student of the month. I don't think he's here, but I'll read it. He was nominated to be student of the month 7 times. Oh, he made it. He was nominated 7 times during the school year. Darren is the son of Davina Nez. This year, Darren's favorite class is Wyla because he is a musician and loves making music. Darren's favorite teacher is his wireless teacher, Mr. Carlos, because Mr. Carlos is helpful, understanding, and overall a cool teacher. After graduating from Baboquivari High School, Darren plans on going to college at TOCC. Darren's current career is to become a journalist. Darren would like to honor his mother, Davina Nez, and his brother, Devin Nez. He would like to thank them for all their love and support. Congratulations, Darren. Our next student of the month is not here because she is already moving on to college plans, but I'm going to go ahead and read a little bit about her, okay? Amber Marie Antone is the senior class student of the month. She was nominated to be student of the month 7 times during the school year. Amber Marie is the daughter of Delphine Francisco and is the granddaughter of Sylvia Hendricks. Amber Marie is currently living in Sales. Amber Marie is actively involved in Baboquivari High School Student Council, serving as the senior class representative. Her current class, or her favorite class is TO History with Mr. Enos because she likes to hear Anthem stories and to learn her history. Her favorite teacher is Mr. Saligan because he was a senior class sponsor and a very nice teacher. After graduating from Baboquivari High School, Amber Marie will be attending TOCC to study pre-nursing. Her current career goal is to become a nurse. Amber Marie would like to honor and thank her grandmother, Sylvia Hendricks, her oldest brother, Dewey Francisco, and her second eldest brother, Ethan Antone, her third eldest brother, Jaden Antone, and her mother, Delphine Francisco, for all their love and support. We're proud of you, Amber Marie.
Yes,
they are. Yes, they are.
Right. Since she's gone, well, better things will be bad for her. All right. Thank you, Brad.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you again. Thank you.
Thank you. Up next, we'll have Mr. Villanueva.
Thank you. So Superintendent Diaz and Governing Board, I'm not sure if our student is here from the Accelerated Campus. Do we have Noriela Garcia here today? Don't see her here, but we're still going to celebrate her. Noriela is a self-motivated and a kind student, is genuine with all her friends. This past May, she completed 90% of her classes at the 100 completion rate, which is amazing. She attends math tutoring club after school and is always looking to help others around campus. So we want to celebrate Noriela Garcia as Student of the Month for the month of May at the Accelerated Campus.
Give a thumbs up and congratulations. She's not here, but we definitely going to send her flag. Thank you. Oh, just want to take 1 minute transition, and anyone that wants to stay behind, they're welcome.
Thank you, everyone, for coming. The Students of the Month is one of our biggest, what we really celebrate each meeting, so we're so happy that you guys are here. If you would like to stay for the remaining meeting, you're welcome to. We have a full agenda. Again, thank you for coming and all the love and support that you show for the students, and it really does show. So thank you.
See you.
We'll go ahead and take a 5-minute break, and then we'll resume the agenda.
It's a 5-minute break. Yeah, go ahead. Go. It is. Look forward. Mr. Zavala, he has a knife and the cake. Let's get him. I don't know if he has a. No. We'll- Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for being here today. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, I thought I told her it was 3 minutes. It could be 3 minutes.
So that's why I just kind of summed it up.
Okay.
Yeah, there was, it was a lot. A lot for her, but she said they only almost.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they didn't look at it. All they loaded her up on was electric. And then, some of that, the first one go up.
I pushed it out
And the second one that came in, he didn't know how to
to
use it.
HR. I have HR. You know the numbers.
It was getting
Generate
and we started meeting and I told her, I didn't still see it in there that what I stated about technical reasons.
No, thank you for being here. Thank you for being courageous. Thank you. I'll definitely get a copy and I will make sure that we'll follow up in each one of them. And with your permission, I want to continue to have this conversation to ensure that she will graduate. Okay?
And there is a December,
Yeah, we do. We noticed that students, there's no point for us to hold them all the way to the end of the year. We did have 13 students that wanted to graduate. 8 graduated in December, and the remainder 3 they graduated in May. So we had a total of 12 students graduating. So it's our goal is for them to graduate. And if they're ready by December, let's celebrate them in December. If they're ready in May, let's celebrate it in May. At the end, it's they only graduate from high school once, and we need to make sure that we make it memorable for them. And when a student graduates, so does the family. So we want to make sure that we make it memorable for them and for the family as well, even if it's one.
In a way, she was kind of like, well, Mom, I'm kind of glad I didn't graduate because they just had the graduation in the back room.
No, they had it in middle school. They had it in intermediate.
No, in the back. She said they created that back room for the graduation.
We had a big graduation.
Yeah, we had a big graduation.
for the end of the year?
Uh-huh.
Already?
Yeah, we did. We were part of it.
There was 3 graduates.
There were 3 graduates, and even with 3 graduates, we had a lot of parents and family members that came, and we did it in the gym in the intermediate. It was not in the restroom. Oh, in that back room. No, no, it was in a actual. It was at the gym, and we were there.
Oh, nice.
Even though there were 3, every single one counts.
Okay, and then too, like, I brought up communication because I've tried to reach out to you before because I was having issues with Mr. Fox. I even witnessed him, and I shared this with Sylvia. I even witnessed him. We got there early at the school, so I told my daughter, well, just wait because you're still early. And so I told her, I said, okay, I'm going to call him, and we saw him coming from the dumpster. And I said, I'm going to call him and see if I can leave you here earlier so that way I can get to work. I called him, we saw him get his phone, and he hung up on me.
Okay.
And I was like,
Okay, thank you.
I told her, come here, let me use your phone. So I used her phone. I'll take one. These are ones that have errors. And so I tried to come here twice. I left my name and my number, and I didn't get a call back.
Who did you speak to when you left your phone number? 'Cause that's important.
Whoever was in the front, whoever the lady was in the front, I didn't ask her her name. I
Let's
figured
go. This is my personal cell phone number. But
Yeah, that fan was broke. We have one. Russ is gonna go for it. I'm gonna look one more.
I just came from Sanibel, so I left my phone in my bag. I was just trying to get here. I told them that I was working in Sanibel today, that I was going to be late, but I didn't hear anything.
The one I had is broke. Russ is looking up.
Yeah, no, I haven't heard anything. What was the guy's name that,
Cutler, Gabriel Cutler.
wonder if he had anything?
Yeah, he did.
He did?
Yeah, she just brought it. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ben.
Was it?
We're not gonna fix it probably till tomorrow or the next day, so if you wanna push through faster. I was taking pictures and videos, I didn't have a chance to.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything about it.
One other student, she was, she
It's Ben if he could copies.
Copies of Cutler's speech.
so I was
Me? I don't. I actually had one for the neck that I won and I gave it away. I told Darlene, here, it's hot in here.
It is. I went to present to TOCC on Friday and they gave me a,
Penthouse?
yeah.
Wow.
I know.
Are you like, I'll never use that?
No, I know I would use it.
Really?
But like, I was like, oh, it's always usually cool in there.
It's usually cold in here.
Good. We have a board meeting in Juan's office. We can move our board meeting.
You can start.
Then we get a training.
What's information next?
Are you already part of the peer review app?
Board, governing board, the financial report.
So weird. I was coming back from traveling. I was coming back from Seattle. I was just sitting there, and I was kind of a ways, and then she walked past, came out, and I was like, hey, and then she started stopping. And it was weird. So then her and I started talking, and then while we were talking, my flight got delayed. And I was like, no. And they were saying that it would leave till 10, and it's like 6:37. And I was like, are you kidding me? And I was in Phoenix. So then,
No.
she's like, I said, did you want to? I was like, no, I can meet you in Casa Grande if you want. And he was like, yeah, let me call him. So I called him to go to Phoenix. So I went there and hung out with her to visit with her.
I ran into her at her.
Have you guys heard from Juan?
My granddaughter.
That's what she was telling me.
He said he was going to be the GED teacher for the college. The GED instructor, yeah.
And her
Right there. I guess her granddaughter graduated.
Yeah.
no, her daughter.
Oh, we're going to conclude
Yeah,
our
so she
meeting
was
now?
saying,
We're
me and
going
her
on
were
to
saying we
information
would
item.
try to get together to have lunch.
Okay, we're going to clear our meeting now, and we're going to the information item, Governing Board Financial Report.
Let's give it up for Ms. Carlisle so she can let us know how much money we still have.
Keep clapping, circulate the air.
Yeah, no kidding. Good evening, governing board members, Superintendent Diaz, and everyone here. Attached, I hope you had an opportunity to review the fiscal year 2025 expenditures through May 31st, 2025. I believe there's only one line highlighted in yellow, and that's for impact aid. And that's just a reflection of what was budgeted. And again, we didn't adjust it intentionally just to show how the expenditures are exceeding what the budget was. At this time, we will be actually maximizing M&O, and moving expenditures from impact aid to M&O to maximize our state funding as advised by our auditing consultant. So probably at the end of the encumbrance period, it will look a lot better, and we probably will not have a negative balance. We will be able to journal expenses to grants and M&O to maximize the funds. Our auditing, I already said that, our overall budget is 81.80% of the budget for all funds are expended / encumbered, leaving a budget balance of 18.20%, as you can see on the bottom. The average expenditures for the expenditures through May is 91.67%, and Baboquivari has spent 59.50% of the budget from all funds, not including encumbrances. Is there any questions?
Any questions? Sylvia, Ms. Hendricks?
So the budget the encumbrance hasn't been accumulated into what the end of the year budget would be? And
Yes.
whether or not we'll have any carryovers, or would we have any carryovers?
We may have carryover. We're trying not to have such a large carryover in M&O.
Okay,
But we have more flexibility in impact aid. So we're trying to maximize the state equalization funding and leave the reserves in impact aid.
and what does impact rate look like for us for the upcoming school year?
It's looking very healthy right now. So remember, this is budget, this is not cash.
Okay.
So it's going to be a very healthy carry forward, but we have to remember, we don't know what the funding is going to be in future years, so we need to ensure that we are frugal in our spending.
Okay. Okay.
You're welcome.
Mr. Diaz?
Board Clerk Vance, it's not a question, but I want to use this opportunity to also, for transparency purposes, bring clarity to the community. Baboquivari Unified School District set as a goal that we wanted to have from the one of the goals from the superintendent was to be able to have a carryover or reserves at about $10 million. Ideally, it would be $12 million so we can have a healthy balance or reserves for whatever comes in the future. What is showing the negative is that we did have close to the $10 million that we wanted to have, but we went a little bit under. It shows negative, it shows yellow, but I appreciate that Clementina is highlighting it to demonstrate that we have tapped into the $10 million reserve that we wanted. But we do have that budget in the future that we want to continue to increase in the following years for whatever comes our way, since we don't know how the budget is going to look in the next 2 years.
So the amount that you see there, the $349,000 is what it's over at this point in time, through May.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
Any other questions? No? Okay. I do have a question on the encumbrances.
Yes.
When will we know exactly, would that be after September 30th?
Yes, for the
exactly what the
October.
carryover and the actual expenditures?
Yes, in October is when I present to you the annual financial report for fiscal year 2025.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So we have those 3 months to wrap everything up for fiscal year 25.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? No?
Erin, can you put up yeah, thank you. So for fiscal year 2025 student activities and auxiliary balances through May 31st, there were deposits in student activities totaling $13,388 in the month of May. And those were from prom ticket sales, concessions, Devil's Claw sales, and donations to the class of 2025. The total disbursements for the month of May was $14,050.81. A disbursement of $1,036.79 was made for prom decorations, $640 for Peter Piper pizza for the 8th grade class promotion, $1,500 for graduation expenses, $850 for prom, band and DJ services, $1,900 for senior class banquet, and $8,000 for the senior trip hotel in Los Angeles. The ending balance for the student activity account on May 31st was $106,790.36. The Student Auxiliary Fund had deposits totaling $5,159.55 from the athletic fees and books fair sales. There were disbursements totaling $2,500, a return check for $25, and that was replaced. $300 for umpire services, and $2,200 for scholastic book fairs. And the ending balance for the student auxiliary account on May 31st was $6,837.45. Are there any questions?
Any questions, board? No, no questions.
Thank you.
I think we ask this every year, but for now that the senior class, the class of 2025, there is a balance.
I believe there is, but they're still closing out
Okay.
charges as well.
Oh, they are, okay, so this isn't the final.
Yeah, so I think there was still receipts that were coming in at the end of May that didn't get posted until June. So in June, it should show the final amount that's left in there, and then that'll revert to student council.
Oh, okay.
Is there, another question, I guess. Is there a date set on when the receipt should be turned in for all of these?
So typically, it should be immediately after the expenditures. For example, we had the poor teacher that actually took the seniors on the senior trip. He's the one that paid for all their meals. So naturally, he turned in all his receipts right away so he could get reimbursed, but that's gonna not reflect until the June report next month.
So with the teacher that Was that spent out of pocket?
Yes,
What do you
it's just
You
for
know-
planning.
for planning?
Yes.
Okay. So so it's have they been notified of when there should be a cutoff date on those receipts? Because
Yes.
it's going to be reflected on.
Yes. Yes, and we will start providing the training for the new fiscal year in August for the new staff or returning staff.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, because I thought you had a moratorium.
I'm sorry?
A moratorium, you know, where they weren't supposed to spend after
Yes.
a certain date.
Yes. Yes. It was supposed to be April 30th.
Okay.
So with that being said, now that we're going into June, will that be reflective on our audit, our next audit?
No, that's an internal process that we would like to enforce to be able to allow us time to have everything closed up by the encumbrance period. But it's an internal process that we like to set up the certain cutoff days to allow us time to generate the payments and all that, and the purchase orders, requisitions, everything.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, next we will go into our principals' reports.
Board Clerk, Ms. Vance, and members of the community, please once again put your hands together to help me welcome Ms. Enriquez to present the May board report highlights.
All right, good evening, governing board members, Mr. Diaz. I have submitted my report in writing. I hope you've had the opportunity to read it, and we can play the video. It's hot.
It's too loud.
Show me 63 with the blocks, please. Good, you got 60, now I need 3 ones. You got 2.
You take the I and put it to A. You take the I way. You take the I way and put it to A.
Take the I away, make an A.
We're taking an I. No, we're not doing an I.
Could you help her out? What kind of strategy can she use to sound that word out? Oh, what is that one?
Finger detective.
Finger detective. So let's do finger detective. Okay. Ready? She.
Clap.
What's the word?
Clap.
Good. Good job, partner.
Add. A-D-D.
That is correct.
Anybody have any questions, comments?
I'll go ahead and, look
Ms.
like you were
Hendricks?
having fun at the end of the year, and that's really great for the kids to celebrate their end of the year, to end the year. I saw your gains, and things are going, it sounds like, looks like things are going really well, and I hope that it will continue. And I think as we learn, as we evolve, we continue to learn to even make greater advances, or, making sure that we're keeping up, or they're learning. Because it shows that they're learning, when you see those levels rise, the different scores that they get, and, which also means, that we're doing your staff are doing the job that you're here to do for our students. Thank you. Thank you.
Ms. Stevens?
I was just gonna say, good job. I noticed that you're almost at 90% short, but still, good job, because at the end of the year, it's really great to see all the kids having a great time and the opportunities they have to have people come and visit their schools, but also what the teachers provide for them. And I've been hearing some really great things about the summer school program, so good job.
Ms. McGill? Okay. I really want to do a shout out to the second grade. When I was looking at the pre-test and post-tests in ELA and math, oh my gosh, especially the math, there's no non-proficient students in second grade. That is a huge success. And when you look at the attendance for second grade, they were above 90% all of the months except for 3. But that was like the whole year, and their average is 90%. So that is a huge success. So a huge shout out to the students, to the parents, families, the teachers, your staff, all of those that played a vital role in that. So thank you for all that you're doing. And I loved seeing that. And I was going to ask if you ever done the dunk thing, because I knew you had mentioned it before at one time and it was going to happen. Yeah. And I was like, that's why. That was so fun. So thank you for everything that you've done and everything, the whole year. And it really shows that what you're doing is working. So, and I know it's gonna flow into the other grades, and you're an amazing principal. You really are. So thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Diaz, would you like to say?
No, thank you. Thank you. Congratulations.
Okay. Hello again, board members and Superintendent Diaz. Before we start the video, I do want to share some exciting news that our school did receive a scholarship from Success for All in the amount of $98,161.40, which will be used to provide professional development and SFA supplies. And I think it helped. It's important to say that it helped that Mrs. Hilawa did attend the SFA conference, and that's how they kind of recognized her when they got here. They made the connection, and they actually put her teaching on their page. and she was recognized. So that was, I think that's the connection that was made that ultimately landed us with this amazing 98,161 scholarship. So with that said, we can go ahead and start the video.
Scoot! Timer starts now.
A lot's been changing lately and I can't tell if it's me or if it's everybody else.
Thank you for coming to the Amazing Shake. What did you think about the Amazing Shake?
First, thank you for inviting us. It's a great experience. It's our second year coming and participating in the event. It's great to see kids of all ages come through and participate and see the different perspectives of how much they're learning and improving from last year. So I appreciate having us here. Hopefully we can come back next year.
Oh my God, it's such a wonderful program. We're grateful to you for allowing us to come out and connect with the students. I mean, the Amazing Shake is incredible, and just the skills, the interpersonal skills that it teaches our students. These are life skills, and it's so important. So always so grateful for you having us out here when we love being involved in the Amazing Shake. So thank you from the Tucson Police Department.
I actually really appreciate the opportunity for students to get engaged with community and also learn from a professional or get some connection with them. But it also provides an opportunity for them to increase their public speaking ability and just gain that self-confidence. Altogether, I think you're gonna need that for the rest of your life. And this is something that's really important. I feel like this should be done across the board for getting our students prepared for work life or professional. I work in career readiness, and those are the main things that people look at, is looking at somebody's self-confidence and their ability to communicate.
I think it's really awesome how the students are able to start working on the public speaking skills and also building their own self-confidence when speaking with, different people. It doesn't just have to be the interview setting, but also like networking or just like talking to somebody. So I think it's really amazing. And yeah, I'm really grateful to be a part of the opportunity and to meet all the really amazing students.
We love the Amazing Shake! Good job.
Anyone have any questions, comments? Jesse?
I'd just like to make a comment on attendance all across the board. You guys made a 90%. Good job. I think overall, doing a great job. And it's been wonderful to see all the amazing things your campus is doing, so keep up the job.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Stevens. Ms. Hendricks?
Yeah, I think that this campus has done a terrific job in the attendance rates. I'm hoping that with those attendance rates, I guess, I don't know. But I think raising the bar in your scores and whatnot, I was a little bit wondering about, your rates compared to your scores and just, I know that the efforts are there. The interest is there. Students are wanting to learn. It may be they're at that teenage, kind of, thinking they know everything, but yet they don't. And, because, I have sometimes have that situation with Virginia because she all of a sudden wanting to want to get older than, faster than what we want her to. And we continue to be on her, you got to learn, you got to know what you want to do when you get older, so continue to do and learn and whatever they want you to do in raising those scores, because that's what's going to help you when you get to, going to middle school and then from middle school to high school and just preparing them, for them to continue, their education and not fall back and say, oh, I can't do it because I didn't learn this or something like that. But I hope that we continue to do the work that you continue and your teachers and administrators continue to do the work. And like I mentioned to Ms. Enriquez, as we evolve, we learn more, and we learn more in different ways that students can learn, And, but again, thank you for the year that they've had so far and what they have learned. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hendricks. I would like to just say, that the campus that you're on, it's always providing life skills, building the kids up, and it looks like they're having so much fun in doing and being there at the school, and it does show that in the attendance rates. So, like was mentioned, all classes, all grades had met the 90% goal, so that's fantastic. And as far as the pre and post test scores, we see the red trend moving out of the pie, and that's good. So we want to keep seeing that. So all that you're doing is shows. So just keep doing that, and then just keep. I know that the teachers there, the staff there, they're really good with kids, and they have great ideas on how to get stuff done and get the kids motivated. So that's really good. So just keep doing what you're doing, and I know that we're going to see less and less and less of that red in those pies. So thank you.
No, thank you. You will see that red diminish. So we're working hard.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's give it up for now Ms. Constance Anse. With love. Let's give it up for Ms. Anse with love.
Board members, Superintendent Diaz, and everyone who's still here. For the highlights, we had Decision Day. We had 33 students who participated in Decision Day this year. The really good news, Erin, if you can go to page 5 for me. Yes, right there. No, right there. Our graduation numbers. In March, you guys asked for how many students were on track based on their credits, how many we felt like were struggling, and then we had those students who were significantly behind with less than 17 credits at that time. We had 45 of the 46 seniors graduate this year. So this is part of the reason why we couldn't give you numbers, because we have to wait till the end of the semester. And we encouraged them to the very end. Something you don't know and something we follow through on is on the last progress grade, it was 4 weeks before graduation, we had 23 students who had a D or lower in their classes, which means that could have held them up from graduating. This is after multiple one-on-ones with Miss Haley. We decided to take a different approach. We called them all into the room, said, take a look around. What do you guys have in common? They said, we're seniors. I said, what else do you guys have in common? They started smiling because they couldn't figure it out. And so we just let them know the reality. They turned it around. As I said, this is only something they can do. We can't do it for them. So they did do it. So yeah, that's what we got to see. And then that's it. And if we can show the video, Mr. Bates.
Jesse will also be going to Pima Community College where he will be learning welding.
Any questions or comments from the board?
I just want to make, it's really good to see the progress and see less, but what I did really notice is the 12th graders in the ELA, all of them 100%, which is really amazing. Good job.
Ms. Hendricks?
Just congratulations on almost graduating all their seniors. But, again, I hope that the one that did not graduate continues, and I think you've kind of shown that you're in support of this person because of the support that you gave the 3 other ones, and that was great. Again, it's still a challenge, attendance-wise in regards to when you get to high school. And, I think that's something that we'll continue and hoping that you'll continue to work toward, and just find different ways that we can bring that average up. Because it also affects, what we get for the district, and I think they want to be in school, and I'm not sure if it's that there are probably different reasons why they're not at school or can't go to school, but I think the ones that do go to school and the ones that do continue, even if they're having those issues, is a result of where we had up to 45 seniors graduate. So again, congratulations.
Thank you. I just want to go ahead and let you know that the kiddo who we are still waiting for, if he stays on track, he'll be done by December. And he is one who basically didn't attend school his freshman or her freshman or sophomore year. So it's a big feat for the progress and the work.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Ms. McGill? No? Okay, so I guess my question and I guess my concern is the graduation numbers and then the comparison. And I know that you went over that and showed us like, the graph and stuff, but I think in the past, and I know last year, this year, we had brought up, that when the freshmen come on board, that we wanted them to meet with, is it Miss Haley, the counselor? Freshman year, to go over everything that's required and needed to be graduating 4 years down the line. In the beginning of this school year, we done the same thing. We asked that also be done, so that we wouldn't be seeing this trend anymore. At the end of the school year, kids struggling to meet the deadlines and meet, so that they can graduate. It's less on them to try to really push themselves the last 2 months of the year when they can start in the beginning of the year and make sure that they're on track. I hope that with the way it's going now, that there's a plan in place for the new year, not only for the seniors, but for the freshmen coming in, so that they don't have to be going through this in 4 years, and the seniors that are going to be graduating next year aren't going to have to be seeing this trend. So whether it's providing extra support, extra motivation, something, I would like to see a plan from Ms. Haley, I guess, on what she's actually going to do. I know we brought it up last year, but we didn't really, other than that, we didn't say, we wanted to see something in place. But I think it's really important, because from what was said earlier from a parent with concerns about their child not graduating, I had the same concerns with my own child when they were at the school there and they moved over here to the Accelerated Academy. They were off by so many, not the, what do you call it, the extra credits that's needed to graduate. And she just about gave up. She didn't want to go to school anymore because she was lacking 5 credits. She turned herself around and she enrolled in an online school just so she can graduate, and she's still working on it. But things like that, the students need to know and need to be told up front what they're lacking, so that way they can put their mind to it. And it just disheartens me to hear that. But I see, and I also see in the about the post and the pre and post testing, the red is going down. It is. The attendance, however, I'm not sure if there's also a plan in place to try to get kids there to the school, because before it was transportation. Now transportation is being provided. It's very good, our transportation, but still the numbers are kind of low And I would like to see those increase in the new year. Those are my concerns, but you know, I hope that the new year, I know the new year will be better. It's your first year, but I have to bring it up because you're going to go into your second year, and I want to see better.
We're already doing it. We have the Future Freshman Summer Success Future Freshman Summer Bridge Program. Ms. Haley's already met with the students who've come, and those are the incoming 9th graders. The students attending are already getting a half credit of elective for this. Ms. Haley's already met with them. She has the plans to meet with them. And it's been doing, and this is progress. This is showing what happens when she meets with them at the quarters. We also have in progress, thanks to our district affairs manager, she's creating a poster for me in which it shows the required amount of high school credits, minimum just to graduate, and the ones that you need if you're a college and career ready or want to be college and career ready, because there are different requirements. And they will be posted up in all the classrooms on the high school side. We are looking into a way of incorporating it into the middle school side. As far as what we're doing for freshmen, again, we have the summer bridge program, and we have them set up with core teachers who have already started implementing and working on their bridge, and we have an intervention plan set up. The reality is the current freshmen will be set up better than we've had in a long time. As far as the seniors who are coming in, they were in 7th grade when COVID was like completely virtual. And we've already looked at their credits, and most of them are doing a whole lot better than this last cohort was as far as being on track. So these are all things that we've already looked at, and we know how to plan for going to the future. As far as attendance, unfortunately, our older kiddos are the ones who end up being helpers to their parents. So when we have 6 kiddos and they stay back, we don't have control over that. We can encourage, we can call, and that's what we're doing. But that's our reality with that part. One thing we are going to encourage for the kiddos who are ahead, as far as attendance, if they need to go do CTE stuff or have that like reduced schedule because they have to help mom take the kids, drop off their siblings at school, we can have them not scheduled for a first period if they're on track. Those little things will help with the attendance, and that's what we're already working on.
Thank you for taking that initiative. That sounds good. It sounds like a good plan. Sylvia, Ms. Hendricks?
Just out of curiosity, how many incoming freshmen do you have in this summer?
18. We invited every single person. We made phone calls to every single person, but as you know, the reality is we have summer workers everywhere. Yeah. We were fortunate that we have a summer worker on our site, and she's in the class as well. So we kind of said, you're going to do this, and on Friday you'll do other things.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hendricks. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Constance. Let's give it up a round of applause to Ms. Constance, and let's give it up for the last meeting for Mr. V. And he's going to be handing over the torch to Ms. Mason, also present. Let's give it up for both of them.
So thank you, Board and Superintendent Diaz. Yes, today is my last governing board meeting, so I want to thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to be here, the opportunities to work at 2 campuses in 1 year, which I feel was just a tremendous challenge. I loved every minute that I was here. The kids, the community, the staff, the teachers, you guys really made a difference in my lives. It helped me open up and see that there's just so much life here in the nation. And so it's helped me build myself and prepare myself as I take on the next steps for my next journey. but I wanted to thank you guys for, again, giving me the opportunities to become hopefully a great leader here. And I hope that in the 1 year that I was here, that I left a good mark for our students to kind of hopefully follow. So I'm definitely going to miss them. It's great seeing Student of the Months that were here today, and seeing all the photos up there from both campuses. So it's been great. And we do have Miss Marita Mazon, who's going to take over the campus. We've been working together for the last close to a month. So it's the beginning of June. And so we've just been in the office trying to knock everything out and getting her prepared for day one when the kids arrive on campus. So we have made a good number of changes on campus, and she is looking forward to kind of carrying on the torch, I should say, and then just, adding her style and personality onto the campus, which I think will be a great fit. So just wanted to let you guys know.
Thank you, Mr. V.
Yeah, do you guys have read the report? We could start with the video as well, and then we can get some questions after.
Yeah, the video.
Little documentation of what we did different. So between 1 and 2, we have the folds. So 1 is no folds, and then we'll see the difference between how those folds do, and then third design with just the 2 propellers. So folds.
Any questions, board? Ms. Hendricks?
I just wanted to thank Mr. V. Can I call you that?
Absolutely. I'm always going to be known as Mr. V. Absolutely.
Thank you for undertaking the challenge that you did, and the work that you did for the accelerated campus. And I look forward to you and coming principal, to continue with what Mr. B has, and I guess, and it's good that you're working together in order to determine what, what changes maybe that you might have in turn of what he's done already, or adding to what he's done already. I think that's an advantage for our students that are attending. And unfortunately, with the mishap with, the informing students they were ready to graduate, because I didn't, I had a niece also that was in that same predicament, and I wasn't aware of that till when my niece did let me know, or my grandniece, yeah. So my niece let me know also that it had happened to her too, so I was kind of, and I'm, but I hope that everything is back on track and that things like that will be looked at and determined, okay, you're ready, and not go back and look and they're repeating. My understanding was they were repeating classes that they didn't need to be taking. And so I don't know what type of graduation plan or, how you, the requirements, I'm assuming, is the same as a regular 12th grader, that they have to finish 3 years of math, 4 years of English, and that's, in hopes that that's type, working together with and ensuring that's happening for them as well as the ones that are at our regular high school. But again, Mr. B, thank you, and I wish you well in your next endeavor.
Thank you.
And somebody's going to be working there. Oh, I'll tell you later where you're going. And she had met you there, so. But again, thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
And welcome.
Ms. Hendrick, Ms. Stevens.
I'm going to say it is unfortunate, and when the incident happened, I knew that issues were going to come up, and we were going to deal with the repercussions of things that were happening on campus, and it's to be expected. But thank you for your time and your effort, Mr. V, for being here and helping with the community, and welcome to the new principal. It was an honor to meet you. I had the opportunity to go to Nasai and hear a presentation from Mr. Alvarez, yes. It was really good. Him and the other science teacher did a discussion on how to implement different ideas in regards to STEM or in their classroom. And so there was a lot of discussion about that. So it's wonderful to see that our staff gets opportunities to present, but also to engage in different conferences. So thank you.
Ms. McGill.
No, I don't have anything.
Thank you again, Mr. Villanueva. Yeah, I got it. Thank you for everything you've done at the Accelerate site for us while you were there. And welcome, Ms. Maritza. So when I was looking at the activities completed, and then also the goals were the attendance. I know that those do need to be worked on, and I know that there is going to be a plan in place to get that up. But when I was looking at the activities completed for the seniors, I noticed that August, September, October, November, there was a lot of activities that were completed during those months, and then they dropped at the end of the year. And I wondered, what motivated them to get all of those things done during that time. And then I found out that it was because that they could do the mid-year graduation. That's why they were hustling to make sure that those things were done. So I hope that there's a way for them to, for all of the students there at the site, to be motivated throughout the year, not just in the beginning of the year, or if you look at those activities, it just kind of shows you that things are happening that that maybe they need more motivation. But then when I also looked at the attendance. If I looked at the sixth grade attendance, which is 100% in July, and then May it went down to 69%. That's a huge difference. But then I didn't know, well, how many kids are there in sixth grade? So that does make a difference too if you insert there how many kids we're talking about. So that way we see that it's not this huge drop in our students, and it kind of makes sense, the numbers. Again, thank you for everything that you're doing and helping, our incoming principal with the beginning of the new year. And as Anna Marie had stated, it's unfortunate, that there's still a lot more work that needs to be done. But I know that if you heard, what was being said, and then you kind of met with them, then you understand that it affects a lot of kids. And parents just want to know. Parents want to know that, if there's something not going on, then they need to be aware of it. So I know that as our students get older, they take it upon themselves to think they're adults, that they know, and yet sometimes they don't understand the consequences of not being at the school, not being at the site when you're supposed to be. And it's hard as parents to trust them and to think that they're going to make those good decisions. It's hard to let them go in that, but then there's consequences that they learn from it. So it's this new year, I think for all of our sites, we're, just by the information that was shared in the beginning under the call to the audience, I think things are going to change at all sites, and it should change. So thank you.
Board Clerk, Vance, members of the board, members of the community, and colleagues, I want to take this opportunity to share a couple of pieces of information. I want to take this opportunity, number one, is to encourage all of our parents that are listening and all of our parents that we're going to continue to have next school year. A couple of things that can help us to continue to work together. It's to make sure, number one, that we have your correct contact information. That way you getting the notifications as needed for progress reports, or that you get also our report cards, which is also 4 times a year our intentions to communicate and share. And it's an opportunity to also say, hey, something is going on as a red flag, let's get together and collaborate with the school site principals and teachers. The other one, I want to encourage as many parents to be able to activate the Parent View app, which you will be able to monitor the attendance and also assignments and scores on a daily basis. The more parents that we get on the app, it's an app that you can use 24/7, so you can also use that as a conversation to ask your child what's going on here. I also want to take this opportunity to express and extend my appreciation to all of my principals and administrative team being here today. This year, just like many years, it's been challenging. I want you to also congratulate you for all of the pockets of success that we're starting to see in many areas. For example, it was noticed second grade, we see all of the work and all of the efforts. We see it at the high school. We see it in some ELA, in some math classes, in the progress in how they moved. We saw in ASAA at the intermediate school. We saw how many students graduated, teachers, how many students graduated at the high school. There are pockets of successes, and I wanted to continue to encourage my instructional leaders that it's important that you continue to share the story. I want to thank you for all of your work and all of your commitment in not only addressing the needs instructionally, but also operationally in your schools, and for telling your story every single month through your videos, to your reports. Thank you for your resiliency. Thank you for continuing to work, and thank you for your commitment. We will continue to celebrate the pockets and share with the community our successes, but also continue to be and share how we are going to be working in the upcoming year, our plans for the upcoming years that we'll be working on, and how they can support, because we cannot do this alone. We need all of our teachers, we need all of our team members here, leaders, but most importantly, as we continue to raise the bar for the students, for our teachers, we also want to invite our parents and letting them know that we in raising the bar for our parents. The more we collaborate together at the end, the students are going to benefit. That's all.
Thank you, Mr. Diaz. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next we go into our governing board member reports, professional development, site visits. For those 3 items that are on the agenda, President Buendia had attended the summer leadership in Flagstaff, and he felt that these 3 things here could be shared with everyone. So he had attached this as his board report. Okay. Mr. Diaz?
We're going to bring it back, but there's going to be a quiz for the board members.
Be ready.
I want to just echo what you said, Ms. Vance. And I also appreciate the idea when we had the conversation and the intention. It was a great summer retreat at ASBM. But I want to encourage all of our board members, like as we continue to go and grow ourselves, what a great way not only to share the community, the workshops that we attended, but also share the wealth and share what are the ones that you feel that as a governing board we can continue to grow. I highly encourage you not only to look at it, see it, but drill Buendia on the highlights and information, so we can continue to grow together. And how do we can continue to be a more effective board and a team for the benefit of the community and our team. That's it.
Ms. Stevens, you have a board report? Ms. Hendricks? Ms. McGill?
Really quick, May was a super busy month for myself and my children, but I did have 2 students, one that promoted from 8th grade and one that graduated high school. So I did attend those, the middle school promotion and the high school graduation, and it was really really awesome to just see all of our students and the things that they're achieving. And I thought it was really neat during the promotion to hear the young lady sing. She had a really beautiful voice, and it was neat to hear her share that with everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. McGill. I did have an opportunity to to attend the, not only the high school graduation, but the kinder promo, at the primary school. So as Jessica stated, it's really good to see when all the parents come together and celebrate their children. It's just an amazing day for everyone, and it just, all of that just spreads to everyone in the audience, and that is so cool. So, I just want to thank everyone for all the efforts. I know at the primary school, one of the parents had put up the background, and that was really nice. So it was just an amazing event. So as well as the high school graduation. So I want to thank everybody for all their efforts and for putting those together. It was beautiful.
I forgot that I attended a couple of things. So I did also get an opportunity to attend the kindergarten promotion. It was one of the best feelings to walk through there and start your day and hear these students be so enthusiastic and sing. I walked away feeling super happy when I left that event. It was, so I thank you. I thank the parents and the staff at the primary school. The decorations, I want to say, were amazing. Props to the parent who put the effort into doing that, because it was really good. And I also had the opportunity to attend alternatives, and there was 3 graduates. It was really moving. There was a lot of family support. It was great to see the staff that supported everyone to get to that point of graduation. You could see that, they were extremely proud that they gotten to this point and completed their degree program. And one in particularly, finding out that day of graduation, I want to say that he made it, and it was cool to see and see the tears in his mom's eyes. So, and then the high school graduation, it was really nice to see all of the staff come out in their regalia for their master's degree, because I think that's definitely something that students need to see, is like, our teachers have a really great background and they have these skills that they bring to the table. So I always like watching that coming in. So thank you.
Thank you. Next, we will we'll go on to the superintendent's report.
Board Clerk, members of the board, members of the community, and members of the community. I also want to use this moment once again to thank not only our principals for all the work and efforts. Every single event that we attended, you not only demonstrated your leadership, but also how you supported the leadership of your team members in taking over some of those events. They were very uplifting and encouraging for the community. And it's the moment of joy. There's a lot of work that takes not only to go through the whole year, but also to wrap up the year with those celebrations, all the time that it takes to organize it, to make sure everything goes as planned. It doesn't go unnoticed. I also want to extend my appreciation to all of the departments that have supported directly and indirectly throughout the year to ensure that this year, it was challenging. There was a time, it was a year that we were looking into not only what's working, but also reflect on what areas we need to work on. I want to thank all of you, my directors as well, for your patience and for being open. Regardless that sometimes we disagree, we understand that we have the same goal in mind and commitment in mind, so we can get to the end of the goal, which is seeing our students graduate. As part of the highlights of the superintendent report, yes, there was a lot of celebrations, but there was a lot of check-ins with our department and a lot of reflection on what the year was, as reflected on my board report. One of the greatest highlights that I also want to make sure that I take the time to share, I want to extend my appreciation to HRDC, Ms. Felix, for her support and guidance in going through the process of sharing our successes with the Autumn Language Program, but also getting funded. We were successfully able to take a couple of students thanks to the collaborations and support of Ms. Enriquez and Ms. Saraficio, that we were able to take students to legislative, and we received the funding for these current years. We're starting the process now to get the funding for next school year. And I also want to acknowledge and bring up a couple of reports. One of them, they have to do with operations. I want to share not only the re-roofing report updates, based on the re-roofing reports that were submitted that Aaron Bates is going to now put on the screen. I want to, for transparency for the community, we are done with our re-roofing, and we also starting our weatherization. These are funding, as you see, all the construction that is going on across the district. So far, it's been $13.6 million of funding that we received that was not part of our budget. It is additional funding, thanks to the leadership of Mr. Roloff. And all these upgrades and changes, it's also going to have a direct impact not only on how students they feel about themselves, about the school they attend, but also less concerns for our principals, that they can focus on the instructional part of it, not on the aesthetics, not on leaks, on the air conditioning not working. So I want to extend my to Mr. Bates for all the support in bringing all this additional funding and supporting and beautifying our district, not only to look better, but also that it's going to last a few more years, that we don't have to worry about. Thank you for that. The next department that I also want to give a shout out is family engagement, family community engagement report. Every single year, every single month, it is how Baboquivari Unified School District goes above and beyond in supporting the students and families in the community. For the month of May, there were over 160 pair of shoes distributed, over 33 34 pair of glasses that were also distributed, and over 1,500 pounds of food that they were distributed. How does that make a difference? Well, a student or family members that have shoes, family members or students that can see, and food at home, they will definitely have an impact on how the students are going to do in our school. There were other areas and other ways in which they were supported, but those are some other ones that I wanted to point out. Lastly, I also want to point out on the next report, a curriculum and instruction memo. These are some of the pockets of successes that I want to point out. As we continue to review the data, we're starting to see how some of the teachers, they're reaching that goal of 80% of our students are going to score 70% or higher. We're also seeing how some of the standards, even though they reach the percentage, they're growing at least 25% in each one. One of the expectations is that students will be, at least 90% of the students will be assessed or higher, and this is something that I want to celebrate. Thanks to also our principals' leadership and curriculum and instruction for sharing this information to the public. The more data that we have, the more information that we know what's working and what areas we need to support. One of them is our students being assessed, and this is how our students did on the post-benchmark assessment. Congratulations to our students and our staff for this commitment and making sure the students they complete and wrap up the year by giving us this information. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead and play the video. Thank you to our district affairs manager for supporting, and not only in getting thousands thousands of pictures that only maybe 5 work, and also for capturing our story so we can tell a story through the lens of the superintendent.
Our board docs is not responding, so I'm waiting for it to.
We saw from our data that with interventions happening, we got a lot of changes.
Yeah, this is amazing. Look at this.
Yeah.
From this.
Yes, so this is when we were doing interventions already.
San Miguel, Nyaa Gahasham, Nyud Gahasham. Nyaa Goodbye Touch, Nyud Goodbye Touch. Nyaa
Siaran Ania Chiri Puno Pidor. Ania Chitawak. Ita Owa Geek at Smoke. Ita Owa Siko Bo. Ita Owa Geek Smoke. Ita Owa Geek Street Smoke. Gosh, Ania Ziggy, Believe Ochoa. Ania Geek Cells. Ita owa sipai makiosik. Ita owa skomok shush. Ita owa Spanish milk hub. Skutdash Anya Juga Lanaya McGill. Anki Khalid. Hamako Kaya O. Dandan Cox O. Cox O.
Delisa Unito.
It really opens you up towards, wow, this is something that you kind of had an idea about, but it sounds kind of interesting. And it's a really good time to really expose yourself to a lot of those opportunities that you guys are going to have.
We're going to take one group picture of the graduates.
Miss Tan, you're in trouble. Happy Teacher Appreciation Week. Oh, the shirt is on point. I love it.
Thank you.
Snacks for you, something to drink, oranges, take what you like. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
On behalf of the board, thank you for everything. It's really something on the kids'
There we go.
again, I want to thank all of my directors and my leadership team for wrapping up another year. Thank you for helping us tell the story. And over the years, Baboquivari Unified School District, there's multiple versions of who Baboquivari Unified School District is, and everybody and all the information that we collect. It's important that we listen, but it's just as important that we can continue to tell our story. As you can see, especially for 8th grade promotion, Indian Oasis high school promotion, it was not done in a back room. Every single student was treated with dignity and with respect, and it was celebrated and honored. I want to continue to make sure that I encourage our team, take the time to you report. This is the only chance that we have to also tell the story, and this is the information that sometimes it doesn't get on Facebook, it doesn't get anywhere else, but it's important that we can continue to be ambassadors for the district and to share all of the great pockets that our students are working, our teachers are working, and our administrators are working, so we can also share where those pockets of successes are. Thank you, team. I appreciate you guys. Back to you, Board Clerk Vince.
Ms. Hendricks, questions, comments? No. Ms. Stevens? No. Ms. McGill?
No questions or comments.
Thank you, Superintendent Diaz, for your report, and thank everyone for all their work throughout this year. So. Next, we have the first reading of the Arizona School Boards Association Policy Advisories 876 to 905.
Board members, 806 and 905 has to deal with fiscal management. I did send it over to CFO Carlisle just for review. Again, it's the first reading. Go ahead and look through it. Just briefly, as you know, they've been realigning all. Just briefly, as you know, ASBA and legislative have been realigning policies, and now here we are on D for fiscal management, so it's for review. It'll be come up for action item next month.
Thank you, Ben. Next, we have first reading of the Arizona School Boards Association Policy Advisories 906 to 908.
May I?
Yes, please.
906 to 908 has to deal with instructional program and students, which is J, reporting of child abuse and student records. They're adding additional language from House Bill Senate 1437. And the one that has to deal with IJNDB, use of technology, I think might cause a hiccup next year when you vote on it, because that is more security for technology. And if I'm not mistaken, it's going to have more restrictions on the use of phones in class. Actually, not at all. You would only, once you pass it, students will only be allowed to use a phone in case to call a parent, an emergency, or if they have a medical condition. Other than that, they wouldn't be able to use a phone in class.
Thank you, Ben. Next, we have the first reading of the Arizona School Boards Association Policy Adoption, ECA-EA.
This policy was brought to the governing board to help implement the student identification cards for next year for the program TransFinder. And then when they board the bus, it's secure and safety for the students. So again, it's a first reading. Go ahead and review it. And then you will bring it up for adoption next month.
Thank you, Ben. Okay, so we have some reading to do before next month. Next, we'll go into letter F, action items. Number 1, discussion and Go ahead, Mr. Diaz.
Ms. Vance, I know we're going to be going through the next two sections, and at this point, with your support, unless they have an item on the agenda, I would like to dismiss those that will not have any item agenda on the board so that they can begin their journey back home.
Okay.
So if you do not have a board agenda to get approved, you are dismissed. Make sure you take the time to get some dinner. Thank you all for a great year, and please drive safely.
Do we need to take a 5-minute break? Anyone?
I'm good. It's up to you guys. I can continue, but it will be up to you guys.
You okay? Okay. So we'll continue with number 1, discussion and possible approval of the, of the second reading of GCCAA professional support staff undesignated leave.
Governing board members, we recommend that Baboquivari High School District Governing Board to approve the policy adopted of GCCAA as presented, which will allow any teachers that being or any staff member to be here for 4 years or more to be able to cash out their earned time at 25% if they work for more than 4 years, or 35% if they work more than 10 years. This effort will allow us to continue to keep the teachers or staff in schools or in classrooms instead of having to deal with a substitute, and also that teachers are international teachers that will have to go back at the end of the term, that will be able to benefit from this benefit.
Thank you, Mr. Diaz.
I have a question.
Ms. Hendricks?
No, I just had a quick question. I guess you said that this policy gives them ability to cash out their leaves, and would that have to be part of the budget?
It is, it is part, and it is also more financially responsible that having when they're out and there's a sub, we have to pay a full day for a sub, but when they cash out, it will cost us 25% of the day rather than paying for a full day.
It'll cost us what? I'm sorry.
25%, they will be able, for every day, they can cash out 25% of that day, and for the district will be 75% of that day savings. And the other one, it's hard to get subs, so if they're going to be out, because some of them, if before they leave, they are going to want to take the time off and not lose it, they will help us to ensure that kids will have their teacher assigned to them in the classroom.
So the buyout is at the time that they resign, or the time that they?
At the end of the contract. Ms. Derlin, can you help me? My understanding is that once the teachers in the contract and they're part from the district at that point, they will be eligible to cash it, not before that, correct? And leave. Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I won't. So, can you hear me? So typically, they can only cash out their leave if they've been here more than 5 years. So this is an incentive for them to not miss that many days, and that way, if they're, I think now it's 4 years, because the international teachers specifically have to go back after their 3 years or whatever, after their visa expires. So this is an extra incentive for them to not miss any work, and that way they get, it's tiered, it's 4 years will get 25%, and as they have more years and they get a little, the percentages, it's a little bit higher, but they reduce the minimum from 5 to 4 years.
Okay. Okay. And I'm assuming the leave is, I mean, depending on whether or not they take leave or not, it's in their, I mean, it's part of their, the budget, yeah. Okay. Okay.
Any other questions? Anybody making a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Who second?
I did.
All those in favor of the motion, Kathleen Vance,
Masapo.
Anna Marie Stevens, Sylvia Hendricks,
Masapo.
Jessica McGale,
For.
motion carries.
Thank you. Next, we have the discussion and possible approval of the second reading of the Arizona School Board Association Policy Advisories, 863-865.
Do the board members have any questions?
Any questions, comments, motions?
So the recommendation is we recommend that Baboquivari Unified School District Governing Board to approve the ASBA advisories as presented.
So moved.
Sylvia, anybody second?
I'll second.
Ms. McGill.
All those in favor of the motion, Kathleen Vance,
Masapo.
Anna Marie Stevens, Sylvia Hendricks,
Masapo.
Jessica McGale,
For.
motion carries.
Thank you. Next, we have the discussion and possible approval of the second reading of the Arizona School Board Association Policy Advisories 866-875.
Board Clerk and members of the board, we recommend the Baboquivari Unified School District Governing Board to approve the AS.
Are you calling for a motion or are you just reading it?
I'm reading out.
This one, they have to select an evaluation first.
Go for it.
So go down the page. So, recently we did a governing board evaluation. ASBA is doing the same thing. We're giving you a choice to vote on the current evaluation that you're already doing, or doing a link evaluation that ASBA has prepared. Go to 27. So as you can see, the old format, what format we currently use, is you can vote on this format here, or scroll down. And it should take you to ASBA. Yeah, here's the ASBA generated format for evaluation. Here you go. So this is a new tool that ASBA created for the board. If they elect to use it, you would use this rating for superintendent evaluation for this coming year. So the board may choose to discuss which tool they would like to use for the superintendent evaluation. Once a motion is made, you would make the motion to approve, and also choosing either CBIEA or CBIEB for the evaluation tool.
Any comments, any questions, board? Please.
Yes. I'll go ahead and comment. I mean, I think we've done fairly well with, the one that we've been using. And maybe I'm just old school and it's hard for me to make a change. But I think that, that format is kind of something that helps me better to do his evaluation. I think it's more, it looks like there's a lot more in this other one, like you mentioned, a lot of rubrics. And this is basically goes into each area, education, what is it, maintenance, different community involvement, things like that. I think those categories are kind of something that we do, I mean, we evaluate him on, and I think we do fairly well. And I like that when we do them, you then create a single report that shows who's voted for what, and then we go into discussion, and I like to hear, from different people on their evaluation, if it's different from everybody else's. But that's my vote. I mean, my opinion.
Thank you, Ms. Hendricks. Ms. Stevens, do you have any? Would you like to add to that?
So when I went through this, I misunderstood this, but now I have a better understanding. So I do agree. I like the rubrics. However, there is a lot of information in here, and I also feel like for us to go through and do the evaluation is already difficult, and if we're adding more to our table or our plate, it may not get done, or, we're going to struggle or have some discussion. I'm going through it right now, and so far, I went through 10 pages, and we're in comparison to like what we have. It's not as tedious, but I do like the setup.
Ms. Hendricks?
And just to add, it seems like that rubric would be more suitable for a larger school district that, has, 5,000 students, that, and I think with the size of our school district and the different areas that we cover, I like that we're able to comment also on that, his involvement in, as far as our HIMDA, I know he's always, he does a really good job in making sure that that's part of our students' education.
I was also going to say, and if we go with ASBA's recommendation, is it going to limit us to things like that, or thinking about our HIMLAG or adding information about what pertains to our particular school district? I think that would probably be a concern of mine.
Ms. McGill?
I just have the same opinion as Sylvia and Anna Marie, that the one with the rubric, it looks pretty, not complicated, but there's a lot that goes into it. And like Sylvia said, it probably is better suited for a bigger school district. And if the one that's currently being used can be more tailored to our unique school district, and it's been working, and it's okay that that's the one that we should use, the current one.
Okay. So any motion or?
I'm going to make a motion for, which one is that one?
Are you pertaining to the original format?
Yes.
CBIEA.
I vote for CBIA.
CBIEA. Motion for CBIEA by Ms. Hendricks.
Second.
Second by Ms. Stevens.
There's a motion on the floor to approve policy 866 to 875 with the adoption of the evaluation of the superintendent's evaluation, CBIEA. Motion by Ms. Hendricks, second by Anna Marie Stevens. All those in favor, Kathleen Vance,
Masapo.
Sylvia Hendricks,
Masapo?
Anna Marie Stevens,
Masapo.
Jessica McGill.
Or
Motion carries.
Thank you. Number 4, discussion and possible approval of posting of the fiscal year 2026 proposed expenditure budget public hearing and summary. Ms. Carlisle?
On this keyboard, okay. So I'm just gonna go over the memo really quickly, just to provide a little bit of background. The Arizona Revised Statutes 15-905 requires each school district to annually prepare a proposed budget no later than July 5th and upload it electronically to the Arizona Department of Education. The district must also post a public hearing and summary of the proposed expenditure budget 10 days prior to the governing board meeting scheduled for budget adoption. Contingent upon the board approval, the notice of public hearing and summary will be posted on ADE's website by June 20th, 2026. So now I'm going to go over the presentation. I hope you had an opportunity to go over the budget. It's kind of a lot, but let me know if you have any questions. So the Arizona Auditor General's Office, in collaboration with ADE, released the fiscal year 2026 preliminary school district annual expenditure budget forms on May 22nd, 2025, to be in compliance with ARS 15-901.05. As of 6/10, and as of today, because I checked, the legislature has not approved the state budget. It's been turned in, but it still has not been approved. So the funding formulas in the forms do not reflect any new formulas, any additions enacted in legislation impacting the fiscal year 2026 district funding calculations, such as the base support level and transportation support level, will be included in the final budget forms. So as of right now, everything's flat. All the funding is based on the current year funding formulas, just like last year.
So,
Go ahead.
just, I guess, because you haven't not got any decision on, whether or not that's going to, do you anticipate there's going to be a change?
Oh, yeah.
You do?
Yeah, I mean, I think at the minimum, there's going to be a 2% increase.
Okay.
So it's going to be based on inflation, and they did state that at a minimum, it'll be a 2% increase.
Oh, okay.
In the past, I'm hoping that that's still the case. So because the budget has not been passed, they're using the same formula as the current year.
Oh, okay.
So it's flat right now. And the expenditure budget categories from which school districts can spend money are maintenance and operations, the classroom site fund, DAA, which is part of maintenance and operations for us, special revenue funds, which are federal and state grants, instructional improvement fund, and other funds, including internal service funds. So for your fiscal year 2026, and what I did do to be conservative because we have had a slight decrease in ADM, is I did a decrease in ADM. So if we do surpass what we're budgeting, then we get the funding. But I would rather be under than over the budget. So for the revenue control limit projection, it's 8.9 million. The DAA assistance is 590,000. And as I stated before earlier today, the carry forward for M&O, we want to ensure that we don't carry that much over, to ensure that we are using the equalization. We're projecting 475,000, which gives us a general budget limit for fiscal year 2026 of $10 million. And if we compare that for the current year that we're in, which was 13.5 million. It's a decrease of 3.5 million. But this current year, we had a carryover of almost $4 million, so it's pretty flat. Okay. The classroom site fund fiscal year 2025 budget limit was 1.5 million. We're projecting to carry forward 437,993. The fiscal year 26 state allocation projection is 813,000. And the fiscal year 26 budget limit projection is 1.2 million, a decrease of 286,741 as compared to the current fiscal year. And then I worked with Allison to get the fiscal year 2026 federal grants. And it looks pretty flat, a decrease of $190,057 as compared to fiscal year 25. And this is the actual page 6 with all the federal funds. And this is the state funds portion. And then for instructional improvement fund, we just kept everything flat. Again, this is where we get the gaming revenues. And we typically have one person that's funded from there, and then a portion of the teacher-based pay is also paid from there. A small portion. It's not a lot of money. And then for other funds on page 6, we had a budget limit on the fiscal year 2025 budget limit revision 1. Budgeted 14.4 million, and that was primarily due, the change was due to the SFD, what used to be SFB. So for fiscal year 26, that should say 26 right there, it's 10.6 million, a reduction of 3.8 million, and again, that's typically for the school facilities projects, but if we do get more money, then we'll just increase it. So that one's cash revenue controlled. And that's this page on page 6, and it's the right-hand side of the page. Are there any questions?
Any questions, board? Is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor of this motion, Kathleen Vance,
Masapo.
Anna Marie Stevens,
Masapo.
Sylvia Hendricks,
Masapo.
Jessica Miguel,
Or.
motion carries.
Thank you. Number 5, discussion and possible approval of the Baboquivari Unified School District student class size management compensation.
At this point, I'm going to ask Ms. Cornell to please come and present this memo. It's coming from her desk, and explain our reasoning behind.
All right, good evening, board members, Superintendent Diaz. The overcap memo, this has been in place for the last several years. However, because we increased class sizes, I had to increase the overcap. And basically what this means is that teachers who have more than the maximum number of students that we approve in the standards is they will get paid out at the end of each semester based on a formula. So that's basically what it is. We just had to update grades 1 through 3 and then also grades 4 through 12 since we increased the standards. Any questions?
Any questions? Any motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor of the motion, Kathleen Vance,
Masapo.
Anna Marie Stevens,
Masapo.
Sylvia Hendricks,
Masapo.
Jessica Miguel,
Or.
motion carries.
Thank you. Number 6, discussion and possible approval of the Indian Oasis Elementary School request revision of the Success for All facilitator job description.
Board Clerk, Ms. Vance, I want to ask Principal Enriquez to please come and present her memo.
It's number 6. Can you go back up to the memo? All right, good evening, Governing Board. So I was looking at our Success for All facilitator job description and noticed that although it does include a lot of coaching and support of the program, there is time where the actual facilitator can go in and work with small groups. And so after looking at our data on where we could support kids the most, we wanted to change it a bit so that they are working directly with students who are minimally proficient or below grade level, so that they can support with targeted intervention groups and collaborating with teachers to ensure that the students are progressing towards their academic reading goals. So that's why we wanted to change that a bit, because per the job description there is now, they're strictly just working with teachers and not students.
Any questions, comments, Board? Motions?
It just changed the duties in the job description. I'm sorry, I haven't looked at it.
Yes.
Doesn't change anything regarding the salary or anything?
No.
No, okay, just wondering. I'll go ahead and make the motion to approve.
Second. All those in favor of the motion, Kathleen Vance,
Masapo.
Anna Marie Stevens,
Masapo.
Sylvia Hendricks,
Masapo.
Jessica McGill.
For.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Number 7, discussion and possible approval of an intergovernmental agreement between Baboquivari Unified School District and Pima County Joint Education District.
If you don't mind opening the first document. Members of the board and members of the community, members of the staff, I want to bring to your attention in this letter, the communication that says the IGA contains reference to the Memorandum 219 or the State Auditor General. And we have already approved the JTED IGA. However, this memorandum that was language that was in the original IGA is no longer valid language. So they're asking to add this memorandum so that we can no longer abide to that Memorandum 219. So again, the original IGA we dated, it was making a reference to that memorandum, and that memorandum is no longer valid. So this memorandum, this approval is deleting that language or that reference to the letter on the IGA we dated. Questions?
Any questions from the board?
Motion to approve. Second.
All those in favor of the motion, Kathleen Vance,
Masapo.
Anna Marie Stevens,
Masapo.
Sylvia Hendricks,
Masapo.
Jessica McGill.
For.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Number 8, discussion and possible approval of an intergovernmental agreement between the Baboquivari Unified School District and Vail Unified School District for the Beyond Textbooks program.
Members of the board, the standards, it's our curriculum, and the way we teach the standards is through the materials of Beyond Textbook. We have an agreement with them that needs to be renewed every year, so this will be, it will continue to be one of the routine business as long as we continue to use Beyond Textbooks. And the recommendation is for us to continue to engage with Beyond Textbooks and to approve the IGA with them. Questions?
No questions, just go ahead and make the motion to approve.
Thank you.
I'll second that.
All those in favor of the motion, Kathleen Vance,
Masapo?
Anna Marie Stevens,
Masapo.
Sylvia Hendricks,
What's up?
Jessica Miguel,
For?
motion carries.
Number 9, discussion and possible approval of the Baboquivari Unified School District, BUSD, and the Dana Nation Cultural and Language amended and restated intergovernmental agreement, IGA.
Members of the board, now this is part of our routine business. As you know, we now need to engage with the Tohono O'odham Nation so we can begin presenting our data and getting the funding for next school year. And that requires for the governing board to approve the IGA for the next school year. We're going to begin phase 2, year 4 in our program. Questions?
No questions? Any motion?
Motion to approve?
Ms. Stevens?
Second.
Ms. Hendricks?
All those in favor of the motion, Kathleen Vance,
Masapo?
Anna Marie Stevens,
Masapo.
Sylvia Hendricks,
What's up?
Jessica Miguel,
For?
motion carries.
Thank you. Number 10, a discussion and possible approval of the Baboquivari Unified District Governing Board cooperative contracted sole source vendor and the approximate expenditure amounts for 2025 to 2026.
Good evening. As required every year, this is also routine. The business office has submitted the cooperative sole source procurement listing of all the sole source and cooperatives with the estimated expenditures for the new fiscal year. So each one has a slight increase of about 3%. Are there any questions?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Ms. Hendricks, or Ms.
All those
Stevens, Ms. Hendricks.
All those in favor of the motion, Kathleen Vance,
Masapo?
Anna Marie Stevens,
Masapo.
Sylvia Hendricks,
What's up?
Jessica Miguel,
For?
motion carries.
Thank you. Number 11, discussion and possible approval of the Baboquivari Unified District amended recreational vehicle RV lease.
Board Clerk Vance and members of the board, we do have a lease that we had to get approved and review by our legal counsel. And originally, we were going to be charging $100 to park the RVs behind this building. But it also was brought up to our attention that we cannot sublease the land because it belongs to the Tohono O'odham Nation. So we asking to remove the fee on this lease. However, the tenants that are parked their cars will be responsible for their own utilities, but we will not be charging any fees for parking the RVs. That would also support increasing our chances of bringing bus drivers from outside of Tucson with the capability of bringing their own RV. Questions?
Any questions, comments, motion?
Just. But the houses paying for rent, is that different from having the RV on site?
Yes, we're providing an actual building when we're renting the housing, allowing us to rent the house. But I have nothing but the land to offer at this point, and they're bringing their own mobile home,
Oh,
the RV.
Just out of curiosity, sorry. Go ahead.
no, just out of curiosity, that's what my question was.
How many RVs are currently here, and what is the capacity of RVs to be on the land?
Mr. Roloff, I know we have 3 currently or 2?
So we have the capacity
Here.
for
Mr. Roloff. No, but I wanted the operation director.
Thank you. Mr. B, Transportation, not Mr. Roloff, Operations. So the district has basically 8 spaces that we can utilize. We have used as many as 6. We currently are using 4. So we do have capacity for additional drivers if we're able to attract them, or other employees to use those spaces if they're willing to come and make the move to the thriving and beautiful community of Sales, Arizona on the Baboquivari Unified School District campus. We always love to have new neighbors. I'm the president of the Homeowners Association for our community. So I enforce all the rules and regulations. Yes, Ms. Hendricks?
No, I was just wondering, so you have your own hookup there where where they read off, well, this is what you owe for the.
Yes, so they are metered. We have a place for sewer, we have connections for water, we have connections for electric. The only challenge in the electric is that when they were installed, there's only 4. So currently, there's not any particular problem with dedicating what utilities go to what unit. If we go to the 8, then we'll be back to sharing. And then I anticipate a challenge, because some people may want to leave their air conditioning run for 2 hours and someone may want to run it for 6, and then who's responsible? But as a homeowner's president, I'm going to defer all of those questions to my transportation liaison, Mr. Ruben Diaz, and he will arbitrate any disputes and make sure that they're properly handled.
So do any of your trailers run off your own generators?
They do have the capability if needed. As you know, the power source out here is very, very reliable. I think it only goes out during the monsoon season.
Oh, yeah.
And so we do have the potential of having some offsite, but it really is probably best to be connected to the system.
Okay.
I guess my question would be, at some point, are there going to be increases in those spaces available? Not only the spaces, but to have the hookups for each space so that individuals are knowing that they can or cannot turn their AC on for 2 hours. Yeah.
And that they would be responsible.
They would be responsible for that space and the utilities for that space.
So my understanding from Mr. Roloff, and now I'm playing his role, was that the capacity or the ability to go beyond the 4 that they put in was not available. So they were limited to the 4. And that's why initially when there was discussion, there was a talk about a flat rate through a lease, but then through the discovery of the fact that you couldn't lease a lease, we're back to the utilities again. So therein lies the challenges. And again, because there's only the 4 and there's 4 hookups, at the moment, there's not a problem. You can dedicate the utilities to a specific unit. It's only if we grow beyond the 4, once we add the 5th trailer, where somebody's going to have to share, and there begins the fruitful challenge.
And I guess I'm just wondering why there can't be an increase.
Mr. Roloff? I mean, Mr. Diaz.
No, I was originally looking for Mr. Roloff because I wanted to convey the information. There is some challenges in the collaboration with TOUA and some of the limits that they're giving us. We can continue to engage with the conversation to determine not only what would be possible to increase those hookups, but also the cost on those. So Mr. Roloff has engaged in those conversations, but as of right now, they have informed us that in the near future, they are unable to increase those connections.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
For Mr.
For Mr.
Roloff, or
Roloff
Mr.
one, or
B,
Mr.
or
Roloff
Mr.
two?
Diaz, or anybody?
If not, we'll
HMO 1 and
HMO
Vice 2.
if there's no questions, motion to approve.
Motion by Ms. Stevens,
Second.
second by Ms. McGill.
All those in favor, Kathleen Vance,
Masapo.
Anna Marie Stevens,
Masapo.
Sylvia Hendricks,
Masapo.
Jessica McGill,
For?
motion carries.
Thank you. Next, we'll go on to letter G, consent agenda.
Motion to approve.
Motion, Ms. Stevens.
Second.
Second, Ms. Hendricks.
All those in favor to approve the consent agenda, Kathleen Vance,
Masapo.
Anna Marie Stevens,
Masapo.
Sylvia Hendricks,
Masapo.
Jessica McGill,
For?
motion carries.
Request number 8, request for future agenda items.
Board Clerk Vance. A friendly reminder, we do have our board retreat on Friday, July the 11th, and Saturday, July the 12th, so that we can count with your presence. Invites have been sent to all the board members. Please look at your board calendar, your Google Calendar, and accept that way we can confirm it will be held here in the district office. That's one. The other item that I want to bring to get clarity, you have requested a plan and how the 9th grade to 12th grade, for them to understand their graduation requirements and the plan in place for attendance. I want clarity as to now Ms. Onse shared, but you would like that in a formal presentation and as well as progress to be brought up as a future item agenda?
I would like it to be.
Okay, thank you. Are there any other items or future agenda items that the board will be requesting?
Yeah, I would like that also in writing, just because there's so many people that she needs to get involved in that, in planning that.
Okay, thank you. Any other future item agendas?
Excuse me, I didn't. What did you say?
The future items.
Any future
Any other?
agenda items? Okay.
Can't think of anything right now.
I have a quick one,
Yes.
Mr. Diaz. With the new school year that's going to be coming up, I don't know if it will be possible to have Miss Enriquez address the pickup line issues, because I've been through the area when school's out and the parents are picking up the kids, and it creates a traffic obstruction because of the way the cars are pulling out into the street, and they're just I think the parents are just in a hurry, and it just obstructs traffic, and sometimes it involves the buses, and just to see if there's a better plan in place, I guess, or a better way that could be done to avoid those issues, because I've seen it happen quite a bit, and it was one of my concerns every time I see it. So
Okay. Noted. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. McGill. Anything else?
No? Okay. Thank you.
Okay, next we have item A, adjournment.
So moved.
Ms. Sylvia and Ms. Stevens, okay.
Yes.
Yes.
All those in favor of the motion to adjourn, Kathleen Vance,
Masapo.
Anna Marie Stevens,
Masapo.
Sylvia Hendricks,
Masapo.
Jessica McGill,
For?
motion carries.
Okay, we are adjourned 8:53.